This is Roddy from Roddy Rants back at you. A little bit more political talk out here in the work shed. It's about 1 a.m. It's been a long day, a lot of good work done, got a lot achieved. Been thinking a whole lot about some of the news you see about Evergreen College. Had a little woo-how, kerfluffle, as we would call it. Okay. Seems like some of these college kids decided to take matters into their own hands on what they considered to be uh, a political message they wanted to make about racism and oppression. And it seems like the final message was it's racist because we say it's racist, and you can't ask. And you're full of shit. you know, you're adults, and it's time to start acting like an adult. And in acting like an adult, it's time to learn a few baseline rules. One of these baseline rules is you do have the right to do anything you want to do, as long as it does not infringe on the rights of someone else. And I'm sorry, identity politics does not negate anyone's rights. People have a right to question a point of view. The concept that you can demand other people stay clear of an area such as a college campus based on their color or race or creed or what have you is no different than asking people to, you know, okay, we want homosexuals to absent themselves from the campus for a day. We want black people to absent themselves from the campus for a day. And I already know, oh no, well, white people have the power, so uh, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Once again, this is identity politics at its worst. And if you believe differently, you're stupid. You're a jerk. You're probably so deeply embedded in identity politics that you're either willingly stupid or actually stupid. And that's a pretty good way to put it. Let's see, the president of Evergreen College. Now, I can't think of a bigger loser. Okay. You're there to lead. You are there to bring these people forward into a real world where their education will get them ahead. You are not there to be a political identitarian. Okay. The whole idea that you would ask the police to stand down and not interfere with the protesters while they were infringing upon the rights of others was asinine. And that other teacher that was railing at faculty because they were there because they were white, Naomi, I believe was her name. You're a jerk too. Yeah, I recognize you're black and you're a professor and you're still a jerk. You railed at people for making a choice. And your choice was to be a bigger jerk. You talked pure trash. You treated people in a way that you would never stand for being treated. You should be embarrassed. And frankly, you should be fired. It's pretty much that simple. Evergreen College is a blight. It's plain and simple. And any students from Evergreen that are watching this, feel free to comment all you want. If you want to have a constructive conversation, that's great. Uh, Post something nasty and I'm just going to delete it. It's no big deal. Doesn't bother me a bit. In the real world, you act the way you do, you will lose your job. I don't care who you are or what you think you're doing, going to achieve. You act the way you're acting now, you're going to lose your job, and you'll probably go to jail. If not, suffer the business end of a civil lawsuit. Because honestly, I would have filed one had I been a instructor or a professor or anyone that you threatened. I will guarantee you right now you would be on the business end of a civil lawsuit. Wouldn't have bothered me a bit. Still be smiling over Rice Krispies in the morning. Brett Weinstein, the professor who basically set off this time bomb, because I think that's basically what happened. Was this was already cooking and you just lit the fuse. You need to harden up. And the whole idea of at the point where you were talking with these students and telling them you did not want to debate because there are winners and losers in a debate, you wanted to hold a dialectic. You're dealing with people who are not interested in truth. They're interested in commanding power. It's that simple. Might makes right in their mind. This is politics. The loudest voice wins. Trying to reason with somebody with that kind of an attitude is not going to work. That's pretty much the end of it. And let's see, the female police chief who just signed on recently in recent times with Evergreen. And uh, you need to resign. You are ill equipped to do this job. You should have been objecting strenuously every step of the way. You should have been objecting strenuously to disarming your police. You should have been objecting strenuously to the police being restricted in any way in performing their function. And there is no way you should have stood for having your officers told to stand down and not interfere with the protesters. These people ceased to be protesters when they started taking control of buildings and hostages. And that's what these were. These were hostages. Um, these people, their well being was threatened. And you failed miserably. You need to resign and find another line of work.